everyone. It must be Tuesday night. Thank you, Stacy. You might have to comment that again, Stacy. Because I noticed last time that Michelle noticed she wasn't her name wasn't in the flip at the end, and um, it like when I saw you, it beat me to start collecting comments. So Stacy, I think that's what happened with Michelle last week. So if you could just comment, share it again right now, that would be super helpful. And then I can check to see if my hypothesis was correct. Um, all right. Thanks. Hello, everyone. Thanks for sharing. And hopefully, okay. Thanks, Stacey. Oh, you know what it is? Because hold, please. I put a hashtag in front of it. So hold on. Let me take the hashtag out um, because I don't want that to mess anyone up. Okay. Um, it might be the exclamation point, Marshall. Um, because last time you noticed that your name wasn't in the flipping around, and I noticed now you have an exclamation point. So I'm trying to get all the little kinks worked out of the new system, and so I put in shared. It doesn't, the caps don't matter. There we go. Let me see that if that increases the count at all. All right. Well, hopefully we are good now. And thank you all for being on. And I've got a lot to share with you tonight. Um, of course, new products launched yesterday at Creative Memories. And believe it or not, um, I'm still waiting on the order I placed on September 1st. Now, this is a first. Normally, I get my orders from Creative Memories in about 5 days, but I um, I've been waiting for nearly 2 weeks for this order, and I know Faith, I put in an order for you, and it still hasn't shipped. I put that in last week, so they are really far behind from those secret boxes. And but I placed an order for new stuff yesterday and I paid for the 2 day shipping, and that's coming tomorrow. It's almost beating the stuff from 2 weeks ago. It's insane. So they definitely prioritize those in the warehouse. So I will have new stuff to show at the crop for gray and gold. So that's exciting. Um, and with that being said, I've had some people text me and message me about some of the new stuff they saw after I placed my order yesterday. So I am going to place another order tonight. Real quick before we get into tools, I want to go ahead and share. I just want to show you real quick the new stuff. Of course, if you need me to order you anything to have at the crop this weekend, I can do that. But if you go to my website, and you'll know if you're logged in with me and use any of the links that I share on Facebook, they'll take you right there. Now, I didn't share this weekend for my sticker letter loving folks. Um, there is a promo. Now, most people are not going to buy 8+ of these, and it's these limited edition ones. So, as I usually do with the promos, right? I will group those orders together and do a drawing. So if you just want one of these or two of these, um, once I get enough to make up that order, then I'll do a drawing. And if I get enough to get two of these bonuses, then I'll do a drawing for two. But there's really cute Halloween Of course, the paper is double-sided. Stickers are super cute. They're not real bold. This little ghost chain, border maker chain, is adorable. Of course, shimmer paper um, in the colors that correspond. The powerful and pink theme pack for breast cancer is great. And then the new template. Now, when I float over it, they show it as all pink. But of course, we have our crop for gray and gold. So one of these arms is gray and one is gold. And I am super excited um, to do a page up for the crop for gray and gold. Um, so any of our ribbon awareness type things, you can use that template for that. And then of course they have some of the ocean blue, teal, dark green, some great colors. So it looks like cranberry, of course, because of Christmas probably is already hot. So you know what that means? It's selling out. And I just noticed these are too. Those are great beachy colors. So if you can either just put it in the comments if you need me to order. Oh, there's a big echo. Well, that's interesting. I don't know why that would be. Let's try this. Is that better? Um, okay. Thanks. Sorry, I was over on the screen share, so I didn't see everyone like covering their ears in the chat, going, you're killing us with the echo. So thanks for alerting me to that, and hopefully that's better now. Okay. So it's not my good mic though, so I'm gonna have to switch it up when I jump over to the tool cam in just a second. How did I even get into this view? I don't even know. Anyway, so just you can put in the chat if there's something you want me to order for you to have for this weekend or for another time when I'm going to see you, maybe at the upcoming retreat. And I am placing my order tonight after I run down and see Thelma and Ellen after tool time. So I've got a lot to show you tonight. I'm very excited. I'm going to switch over to let's see if we can do this. Or I'm going to see. All right. Can you hear me now without an echo? And thanks again for sharing. I am going to be giving away, let's see, make sure my audio is correct here. Yeah, looks like I'm good. Perfect. Thank you all. I'm still trying to work out the kinks here of my new system, and I appreciate you letting me know. All right. So the tools I'm going to be featuring tonight are the new Bevel three-way punch. Now, we offered this before, if not this one. It didn't have such a hard angle here. It was more soft. So it's a little different. So if you had the last version of the three-way punch, this is a little different. So if you're one of those people that you have to have everything, and then this is a little different than the one you have. If you missed out on that one, then you're going to want to get this one, because not only is it great for gift tags, and we're coming up into the holiday season, you're gonna use that. I'm gonna show you cool borders, a page that it's used on, and then also I'm gonna show you how to make a gift card holder with it. All right, so I'm gonna start with a border using all three of these these sizes. So just real quick, for those of you that haven't seen this before, you can see it's got 1 inch, 2 inch, and 2.5 inches. And I don't know if you can tell, but there are 3 little spots. And when you cut the pages the right size, then they you slide the paper in, and then you can do your punch. So it's locked down in the lock right now. So if I were to cut it the 1 inch, then you're just going to get this much. And it's going to slide in the 1 inch slot, and then you're going to punch. And then you're going to go out a little bit, and that's the 2 inch. And then all the way out is 2.5 to get the full profile. And then once I show you, then you will understand. I have to text someone that's lost. I'm not using, now I've got a couple different cameras, so I'm not using my cell phone, which is good, because if someone's lost and they can't find us when we're on, then I can text them. So I've just got some scraps of this older paper pack, and I decided to use that to make this border. This is definitely these this is the page. You've seen me do a live with this before. I call this the Dorito paper, but I'm actually going to use this size. So I'm going to do 1 strip for my border with, it's actually be like a title border across the top with the leaves, and then another layer with this one, and then another layer with this, and then I'm going to use punches to add to it, and it's going to look really cute. Okay. So once again, I have to figure out how best to use this new space with all of this equipment. So I'm going to cut this first level to 2.5. So I need to come in from this way on the world's greatest paper trimmer. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut them all. So that one's at 2.5. This one's at 2. And on this trimmer, you want to cover the line. And the reason it becomes important, the last one is just going to be 1 inch, so I can come this way. The reason why that's important is because in a situation like this tool that we're using tonight, where you have little slots, that little bit of a difference, like, really makes a difference when you're trying to slide things in this little slot. This fits perfectly. There's no wiggle room, so that when you cut, sorry. Still have someone lost. Okay. All right. So that way it'll slide in there. So I'm going to go into this 1 inch spot and punch, and that's how you're going to get your little tip on there. So, and then you've got a perfect punch. Now, I was just going to punch the other end, but we actually need to cut some off first. So let's see, I need them to be 1 inch off from each other. So this one needs to be 10. So I'm just going to cut off what I already did, because you don't mind to see it again. And then, oh, why did I do that? And then this one's going to be at 11. And of course, you can't see where my banner. Okay. Things are flying everywhere. You know, I thought today as I was practicing, I was getting ready. Of course, I've said this before. You know, my friends at Masterpiece, they use StreamYard, which is what I'm using right now. And Stacy finally said, "You got to do it," and I'm so glad I did. The only problem is, I need so much room when when Stacy's showing such small things, she doesn't need a 12 by 12 area. I feel like such a bull in a china shop in here sometimes. So I gotta figure out how to make a drone float over my workspace, I think. All right. So once again, I'm just talking and doing instead of telling you what I'm doing. But that is both ends of this of the 12-inch piece. Now I'm going to do, and that's 12 by 2.5. Now I'm going to do both ends of the 2-inch piece. Layer this on top, and then both ends of the 1-inch piece. Now you could keep them the same length if you wanted to, instead of doing it how I did it, and then you could match up these pieces like this, so that the end, and you could put a sticker or something on top instead of having them spaced out like this. And actually, if this were just a little longer, it would cover up, you could cover up the hole. So I kind of like that almost better over here. Then you just see the hole once and kind of cover it up. So if I had done, instead of 1 inch difference between the two, about a 1/2 inch difference, then that would have worked out well. But that is, so that's using the Bevel, that's using the Bevel 3-way punch as a border. Okay, now we could take our tropical leaf punch. And punch out some of those. And like I said, this would be a great title border for the top, title piece, so that you could do whatever event you are scrapbooking. I've lost all my words today. All right, and then I'll get some pineapples in here. With these embossed ones, we used to turn them upside down and we could see where we were cutting in order to, use the paper more efficiently. Some of you saw my post last night. Really and truly, I let him have all the paper he wants. But I really thought I was having I was losing my mind because I thought I did it at first. I thought, oh my gosh, what did I do? I must have been sleepwalking in order to abuse this paper this way. And those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I came out and found a piece of paper that my son had punched 2 hearts out of, and I texted him a picture and asked him if he had done it. Oh. So now I'm just using my tape runner to kind of add on these fun embellishments. I do have my, well, of course it isn't filled. Let me fill this real quick. Does anyone, I know several of you already have the one that came out a couple years ago, the first tag punch. Another really great thing you can do is use it for take your old holiday cards and after the holiday is over, like some of them that you get that aren't like from family, like from the, I don't know, from your dentist, if you're, not related to him, then you don't mind using his card for other purposes. But you can take the punch and make tags. The nice thing about this is it can be any length. So you can make whoops, I thought I had the repositionable, but that's okay. You can make gift tags out of the holiday cards, out of the fronts of them, out of the pretty fronts. Some of them are beautiful that have glitter and all kinds of stuff. So that's just one thing you can do, and it just adds a little something. Of course, I covered up the somethings, which was kind of silly. You can't even tell. It may as well have been squares. Oh, now I've got my leaf cotton, my pineapple. All right, that's a little better. That way you can see the character of your bevel punch in there. Yes, Stacy, thanks for following. So that's one application. And then I'm going to show you a page I made earlier today, because this was actually on the Creative Memories blog, the sketch for this. And this is using the new denim paper. So I printed out the sketch for this page from the Creative Memories blog. You can find that on my website. And it's just I use 3 sheets of 12 by 12 paper, not the whole thing. But this is you cut one strip 2.5, another strip 2.5, and then after you punch both sides, you just cut them at different places and then piece them back together. And of course, I used my yellow, sunshine yellow, so hard with this light so bright, to add some stitching around the edge, and then I'll add a 4x6 there. This cute little title block. And then I use the mirrored triangles border maker cartridge with the golden rod, because I just love the blue jeans, white t-shirt kind of look with the yellow stitching. And these little corners are the punch poop from this border maker cartridge. So that just I just put that in the corners. So, and then I can add other unmatted photos to this page when I'm ready to use it. So you can also use it, your 3-way punch, to do a page. And here's another border. Here's another border I made this afternoon. So I just took, this one's just a 2-inch instead of a 2.5, 2-inch, and I had a little scrap from my punching out from the border maker. And then this would be cute if you're using it for school page. And these are the punch poops, again, from the mirrored triangle. I do love this mirrored triangle. If you don't have this, it's really useful. You can also cut it right down the middle with our trimmer and split it apart and do some fun things with it. But this isn't about you tonight, mirrored triangle. But I did use the punch poop, and I thought this would be fun to put the year, if you're going to use this on the school page, and I just kind of folded it up, or you could leave it all the way down if you're using it as a border, as a traditional border, or just chop it off, because I just used a little scrap up here for the tie. So that's another fun thing to do with the border maker cartridge. Or not border maker cartridge, the Bevel 3-in-1. Gosh, that is the longest name ever. 3-in-1 bevel tag punch. Okay. All right. Now I want to show you real quick how to make, using the bevel tag punch, I'm going to show you how to make a gift card holder. So I need a 5.5 by 4.5 inch piece. So I'm gonna trim this to 5.5 and then 4.5. Okay. And then I need to switch my blade. So I'm going to take out my cutting blade and switch for the scoring blade, which is right here. Oh, that is something I want. Oh, that's on the other thing. All right. Pop this in. So if you don't have this trimmer, this is one of the, that's one of the best, it's one of the best, that's one of the best tools ever. Because you can swap out and you can get fun edges and all of the blades are stored right underneath. Okay, so I gotta think. I'm gonna score this at 1/2. So 1/2 inch. I'm just thinking here. So, but yes, 1/2 inch. And then put this out to 3. So really it's scored at 2.5. I could have gone the other way. So I have a section, it's hard to tell now that it's scored, but I have two 2.5 inch sections and this little 1/2 inch. So now I'm going to fold it. So it's like a little envelope, right? And I'm going to put it in, now that it's 2.5, I'm going to slide it into my 3-in-1 punch. Then I'm going to open it back up. Yeah, to make sure I'm going to cut it right. And I know it's a pain to pick it up and turn it over, but you do want to put it away when you're done using it. And then now we're going to use our handy dandy line here for 45 degrees. And I want to go right to, that might be a little excessive, actually. I'm going to cut off this corner. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe I want to cut a little bit more. Okay. And then we fold it around. Now you've got your little gift card holder. You move this white trimmer out of the way. And we can add our, make sure we have the right tape. Add our tape runner to the bottom and to that little flap. And then now we've got our little pocket. So, so there you have it. So that's one more use for your tag punch. And of course, if you have the older style one, you can do the same thing and the measurements would be the same. It would just be a little bit different profile on this little edge. Well, that's good. That might hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, I wouldn't want for your internet to not be on, but that might be your internet trying to keep up. Hopefully, I'm not getting a warning on my end. But let me know under anyone else if you're having trouble, because my family knows they have to stay off Wi-Fi and they can't stream TV when I'm on. But so that is a gift card holder. All right, now we're gonna take a look at the other new tool on the block, and this is the page recipe that the 2-page spread I made last week for Project Recipe, and it featured the Starry border punch, which I'm also going to use. And I did find a group picture, so I have that printed that I need to stick on there. So we're going to make a couple things using this newest Border Maker cartridge. Actually, I guess it's not the newest one anymore. Tomorrow I'll have the Ghost one, but tonight the newest one in my possession until the Ghosts arrive tomorrow is the Starry Border Maker cartridge. So one of my favorite things about this trimmer for the card makers and that are watching is that you can go right out to this edge and cut, and now you have 2 A2 card bases. It's such a time, it's like little things like that I love that. So now I'm just gonna make a quick card using the Starry and some scraps. I've got to get in touch with my scrap bin after I showed my son where to find it. Okay, so for those of you unfamiliar with the Border Maker system, this little flap flips out so that the right amount of paper is accessible for the tool. Now I can see right away that there's like a little bit of a slice out of this piece. So I'm just going to take a little trim off of it. So that it's a nice even piece. And then I can flip out the guide, flip up the magnet that holds it in place, and slide it into place. Now, so some of you, if you watched Project Recipe last week, you saw me use this Border Maker cartridge, which I absolutely love. I used, I added, you'll see on the border I made, I added the punch poop to it. So the nice thing about the Border Maker cartridges that stay attached, they kind of punch an edge, if you will, not a true border, that falls away from the paper. But what I like about the ones that stay attached, as opposed to, say, the mirrored triangles don't stay attached, is they look so nice layered together. You can really get a nice ruffling going on. Well, tonight, for those of you that have shared, and if you haven't, there's still time, you can go ahead and share this live feed and then comment shared. And when you do, you'll be entered to win your choice from 5 Border Maker cartridges that I have in stock. And so you choose whichever one to add to your collection. If you don't have the Border Maker system, you'll want that anyway. Now you'll have an excuse to buy one because you'll have won a free cartridge. And the cartridges, not all 5, but a choice from 5. I have 5 sitting here with me. And the winner, if they're on the feed when I pull the name, will get to pick which one they like. Oh, one just fell off the stack. That's the rope chain. All right. So as I was talking, I just did 5 of these on my scraps. And now I'm just going to kind of layer them. I just want to see how how much I need to leave on. Oh, well, this one. All right, so I think I can trim, I can leave about, I'm going to go out to the edge of the trimmer. I like using the edges of my trimmer as guide for things. And the edge of the trimmer is not quite 2 inches. It's a little over 1 inch and 3/4, but not quite 2 inches. But it's a nice kind of border width. Move that off to the side for now, and now I can just stick these on. And I'm gonna turn it over and trim it after. When you're talking about these kind of crazy angles, sometimes it's just easier to do that. And so I'm just gonna kind of stick this on. And I thought this would be just like a fun, I don't know, congratulations type card. Or it could even be like a baby card. And I do have a set of stickers. When things, so we're kind of used to things selling out at Creative Memories right away. And when they don't, we kind of forget about them because there's new stuff coming out every week. But this sticker pack, it's called the How Do You Do, I think is what it's called, comes with lots of fun little sayings on stickers. And you can see I've cut them out and used them for cards. And this is the result of several packs. It comes with 3 strips like this. And so I thought it'd be fun to just kind of do like, you know, yay, bravo, that kind of thing on here. Since I have this, I think I'm going to cover up this white part at the bottom. Well, it's white at the top, maybe not. I did pull out my very old star punch. Some of you probably have this laying around too, and thought I'd punch out 2 of these stars to kind of add to. I'm just really kind of making this as I go. Just because I wanted to show you how it looks to layer these. And how pretty that would look on a page. And you know, you can use different border maker cartridges as well. You don't have to use the same one. You can take the clouds. Oh, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to take the clouds with the stars. But with some of the other ones, you can take, you know, grass and layer it with the mountains. And all right. And so I need to cut this off. All right. And now we've got a fun little card. Probably if I need to add one more strip, maybe a lighter blue there. I don't know. The white's okay. It doesn't bother me. Maybe add some of my yellow stitching, or on the other side is your dot pen. Kind of add some other things on there to fill the space. But I think another strip, another small piece might look cute. But so that's a card, and that's with the new Starry border punch. And here's another example of a border I made using that. Now this one is the new denim paper pack, same as I used on the page. I used punch poop I punched some of the yellow goldenrod. It's hard to tell, but so that, I don't think I'm going to get the light just right. I think you can see that I use the perforation blade so that it looks like stitching there in the middle. But that's the Starry. At some point I must have bumped this camera. Sorry, everyone. That would have really been a moment. I look up, I'm all crooked. So I love this new Starry Border Maker cartridge, and I punched them back to back. That's what I'm going to show you how to do next. And if you don't know this trick already, you'll be glad you watched. But look at all this gorgeous punch poop these stars make too. Such great confetti. If you're someone that likes to make shaker cards, that would just be one more reason for you to have the Starry Border Maker cartridge, because I don't think you did, Marshall, but because I think the last one I sent you was one of those limited edition ones, the paw print ones. I believe that's the last one. And then I think you asked me to order you the ghost. So I don't think the Starry. But the Starry, if you don't have it, I don't know where maybe people's mind go directly to like baby. I don't know. I mean, I think about like sleepy pictures and that kind of thing, but I also think of graduation and congratulations. So and camping out, and I don't know, lots of uses. So okay, let me show you real quick. I've got the Cloud Border Maker, and all right, I'm going to show you how to do it two-sided when it's stays attached to the paper. All right, so we're going to punch just like we did. All right, and then this is a little too wide, right? If I were to punch again, you have this big wide strip, and this is really just, well, it's like 2 inches cut. So I'm going to trim it to about 2.5. Now that okay, so this is the important thing. You're going along and everything's good, and when you open this up to punch this side, then there isn't enough magnet to really, well, even that little bit, it kind of holds. It would be difficult to trust it. So anything smaller than that, it's gonna fall away. So let's go ahead and just for demonstration purposes, because I want you to see how this works. So I'm going to just trim off a little bit more. So what you're going to do is grab a Post-it note. Excuse my arm. Grab a couple Post-it notes and attach them to the paper. So basically you're using the Post-it notes to you're going to attach the Post-it notes to extend the paper. now you can feel confident that your tool guide is going to hold it in place, and then you can go ahead and just cut as you normally would. And then once you take that off, you've got your border, and that's how I did this. Yeah, it's a great trick because you can hold it upside down when it's thinner and do it that way. And I've showed that in past tool times. But when you're wanting to make sure that it looks, nice for a border, sometimes it doesn't line up absolutely perfect, especially with a punch like this that has a lot going on. So now I'm going to take the cloud border maker. I just want to layer that in. To show how these layer together for a border. As I'm throwing things. So doesn't that the cloud border and those stars look so cute together? I just love those together. And I know some of you have the plain punch that was around. That would be really cute to add on them. Even if you didn't do the double like I have here, just even that as a border down the side of your paper or on the top is super cute. Or even like this, the night sky with the clouds covering it, although that's really hard for you to see. There's that. So it's fun. If I know some of the memory maniacs, when they're on the retreat, if they get to like a point where they're just kind of stuck, then they'll get out their border maker punches and their other punches, and they'll just start playing with things. Here's the little piece that made my heart stop last night. And so just kind of layering these on these blue. I guess I was feeling very blue and white tonight. It was a theme. But it all started with this denim paper. So this also might have gotten overlooked because it came out with the You Got This stuff. And I just want to open it up and show you this paper. Because, I mean, sorry. It's such beautiful paper. And I don't normally, this is just my personal preference. I don't really like photographic paper, if that makes sense. Like we've had ones where it's like photographs of water and that kind of thing. That it's just not my style normally, but I love this denim paper, and I have had such fun making borders with it because I mean I love all these shades of blues, and I don't know, I guess we're not really fancy, so I have lots of pictures of us in jeans and bathing suits. Well, I don't have many pictures of me in a bathing suit, let's be real. But I just love this denim paper back. So, but like I said, a lot of times when it comes out, say it's baby or it's wedding, it gets overlooked because people think, well, I don't have a baby and I'm not getting married right now, or I don't have any teenagers. And so then these kind of things get overlooked. But it's definitely one of my, sorry, as I just put the plastic over my mic. That must have sounded lovely. But so anyway, I love this denim texture tone on tone paper pack, and a couple of those are going in my order tonight just to have for this weekend. So, oh, I will take this chance too to show you. These are the cards that we're going to be making in a couple weeks. Again, the lighting, it's purples and grays and yellows. It's a really nice color palette. And so the summer ones were very vibrant and bright and fun, and these are a little more elegant for September. And then of course our October ones will be using the Croptoberfest paper. So I'll be designing those right quick. All right, well now it is time to see who our lucky winner is. And now that I've made a mess of it looks like a tornado just blew through my work area. I'm going to lay out, these are your 5 choices. For the person that wins, they get to pick. The rope one is the only, and the butterfly lace are the only ones that are not available now. The reason why this one's in a different package is this was a different company, our Memories for Life, but it fits into our Border Maker system just the same. So that's the butterfly lace, the lamplight chain, the mirrored triangles, which I used tonight, the rope, which is sold out right now, but coming back in December, and then the animal tracks. Sorry. I know, it's the only way to craft, right? You got to just get right into it. You got to just dive right in. All right, now let me see if I can do this without causing a terrible echo or having my computer explode or something. Okay, hold on. All right, I want to share really quick while everyone's doing their last minute sharing. What's happening here? My mouse must be needing a new battery. Oh, see my hand. Come on, work with me here, computer. You know what? It doesn't like the cutting mat. All right, this is better. All right, so some quick announcements over here. And that is that, well, hopefully you've already done this, but don't comment #shared, just shared. I changed that. And I think everyone is just used to not doing a hashtag. So don't do that. I will change that for next time. Crop for Gray and Gold is this Friday and Saturday. I do have several ladies joining us on Zoom for Saturday. The Zoom is available for Saturday only. And well, only I can see it, Bren. You can't, it won't show on the comments that you're a sharer. I think it does that after you share a certain amount of time. But so Zoom, you can Zoom with us on Saturday. You can crop in person with us Friday and Saturday. And I still have room. So if you thought you missed out, it's too late to get a shirt. Yes, there will be a reverse raffle. And so look for an email because there will be a pre-sale on the reverse raffle for you ladies. Okay. Yeah, no worries. You don't see it on your end. I see it on my end. So, and it will filter out duplicates. So no worries. You can type shared as many times as you want. Okay, this is news. I have just secured us a sunset boat tour on beautiful Lake Dora as part of the Retreat to the Lake in Mount Dora next month. It'll be $15. It includes drinks, and it's only an hour long, so you won't miss out on scrapbooking time. But I have 2 of these boats. They leave right from Mount Dora, And I did have 2 spots just open up for the retreat to the lake. So it was full like yesterday, and now I have 2 spots. So if you feel like you missed out, or if now that you find out about the boat tour, the sunset boat ride, then you can and there's room for everyone. I've done 2 boats so that everybody can come. It's October 15th, 16th, 17th, and you have the option to stay to Monday the 18th if you would like. All right, and then the September card kit, which I previewed for you tonight with the pretty yellows and purples. That is September 28th, so you'll want to order that. Get that ordered. And Croptoberfest is virtual only again for me this year. And that way I can do it as a week-long event. And so we'll have a couple Zooms, and I will give away over $200 in prizes. So it'll be a lot of fun. And then, of course, retreat to St. Simon's. That's January 26th to the 30th. And that I've got lots of people signing up. That's great. I've got plenty of room, so I'm not worried. No need to panic. You can wait on that and check your calendar if you want. Find a roommate. You'll want a roommate for that. 2 queen beds in a room, so you can get 2, 3, 4 people. And I think I've delayed long enough. I have to now swap back these cameras. You can see I'm really just scared about echo. And hopefully everyone can still hear me and see me. Okay. I don't know why. Dual cam. Yes, I do. Okay. No. Why? Why does the dual cam keep coming up? Okay. I'm just gonna remember. Hey, it's me. Oh, and the echo's back? Of course it is. All right, is that better? Is it gone now? All right. Hopefully it is. Let's see if we can do our giveaway. We had some last minute entries, and oh, I see. Whew, must be getting late, everyone, because I can't click buttons. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see who our winner is. Lori, congratulations. All right, you thought you weren't entered. You most definitely were. Congratulations to you. All right. Yay. So Lori, you get to pick one of those 5 Border Maker cartridges, and I will send you a picture of all 5 of them through Facebook Messenger, and you can let me know your choice. So congratulations. Thanks everyone for being on with me tonight and getting me through. Felt like I was on the struggle bus again. Oh no, what was I on last week? The Hot Mess Express. That's what I was on. I was like, it was a train. Anyway, thank you all for being here and for supporting my small business. And looking forward to seeing many of you this weekend at the Port Orange VFW to support an awesome foundation, the Cannonballs for Cane Foundation, which is near and dear to our hearts. And so I hope we can blow it out of the ballpark this year and add to what we already did in May, and have a great evening. So thank you all. I'll go through and look at the comments and answer any questions that you might have put there. If you requested any new products for me to add to my order when I put it through tonight, I will reply and let you know that I got it, and I will get that ordered for you. So thanks everyone for being on tonight. You take care, and until I see you again, stay scrappy.